this pick a card reading, we are going to be going down the rabbit hole. What does that mean? That means we're going to just let Spirit take us wherever it needs to take us. And it might be to some strange location. But we'll just see where Spirit wants to lead us today. We have 4 options. Number 1 is the Ace of Swords. Number 2 here says, don't panic. Number 3 is the Strength card. And number 4 says the Protector. So take a moment to get in touch with your intuition. Whoops. And choose whichever option or options seem to be calling out to you the most. I've got timestamps below in the description box, so go ahead and click on your timestamp whenever you're ready, and I'll see you at your reading. Welcome to everyone who chose option number 1, the Ace of Swords. So I've just got this basket full of all sorts of different cards here, and I'm just going to be randomly pulling. Okay, generosity. So yeah, I'm just going to be randomly pulling here and just seeing whatever comes up. So obviously Spirit wants to talk to you about generosity. We'll see what the message is. Okay. Turn this over because this is like a very artistic deck. Okay. Yeah, what I'm feeling looking at this is that you are someone, this kind of reminds me of 9 of Pentacles energy for those of you who are familiar with the tarot. And it just makes me feel that you have really gotten to an excellent place in your life where your needs are more than met. You're at a point in your life where you can actually kind of spend a lot of time in leisure. You're not having to work so hard anymore. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's a little bit like being retired, but maybe even retiring young, you know. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have done that, but that's the energy. You found some sort of way to be able to really appreciate your time. And even if you are working, even full time, it's like the work that you do is such a joy to you that it doesn't really feel like work. So you've probably aligned with your life purpose. Maybe you have the ability to spend a lot of time working on hobbies or things like that. It says you can afford to be generous with the gift of your time and attention. Yeah, so again, you have a lot of leisure time. And what are you going to do with that? So I feel like your guides are saying, yeah, you're really enjoying all of this time, but maybe there's something more that you could be doing that would also still make you feel very fulfilled. We have the South Node and Uranus and the Page of Pentacles. I kind of feel like there's something new. It's like you've gotten to some sort of place of security in your life, but it's like maybe the way that you need to be generous with your time is like embarking on something new that you actually don't know a lot about. So it could be like learning a new language or just learning a new skill, learning something that is practically useful, but that you haven't learned before. Like you have plenty of time to be doing those types of things. Because with the South Node here, it's like there are so many things that you already have mastered very well. Talents, abilities that you've spent a lot of time developing, not just in this lifetime, but in previous lifetimes. And it's like your soul is like, yeah, but there's something new. Like your soul wants to burst open with some sort of new talent or ability. Maybe part of you prefers these things that you've already learned so well how to do because you've adapted to them so well, and they provide you with so much ease. But there's a part of your soul that wants to be gently challenged. And maybe not even always gently. You know, it's like there might be a part of you that wants to sort of wreck that bicycle, so to speak, you know, like maybe you kind of want to make a few mistakes with something that you're not super skilled at yet. What does this card say? Trickster. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Yeah. Like I feel like life has become, it's enjoyable. Yeah, but it's sort of predictable. Like every day is pretty similar to the day before. It's like you're wanting to pull some new rabbit out of your hat. Or you're like, well, I've been pulling the rabbit out of the hat, you know, like now I want to pull something else out of the hat. You know, what else can sort of the depths of the universe reveal to me? What can I even reveal to myself through this process? We have grace. Oh, I'll let you read that. I think that some of you are kind of afraid of how people will react to this. Maybe there's even a particular new thing that you've thought of doing, and you're kind of like thinking, well, I may not be so great at this, so I don't know how people will respond. Yeah, you feel bound to what you already know how to do very well, because you understand how to do it well, and you receive so much applause, or you receive a lot of positive feedback. But there's something within your soul that feels abandoned. It's like, pick me up, you know? Pick me up. Do something with me. And the thing is, like, you will actually be better at this than you think that you will be. So just go ahead and try it. Let's see, is there anything else? I mean, I feel like the message here is actually pretty, like, straightforward. So yeah, I mean, it's like this will require you to stretch yourself. It's something challenging. Challenge yourself by doing something that you don't already know how to do. And you will, over time, you will see the rewards from that. Saturn requires hard work. So whatever this is, it will not necessarily be totally easy, but it's not going to be impossible either. Because here with the fox, I feel like you can kind of do so many things, you know. You're really not so limited. What is forgiveness trying to tell us? Maybe this pile has some folks who could be a little bit of a perfectionist, and it's like when something is hard for you and when you can't figure it out right off the bat because you're kind of used to being able to kind of, you know, problem solve and figure out things pretty easily. It's like you could be a little bit hard on yourself. So I feel like the forgiveness is just saying, like, be kind to yourself. Like, you should congratulate yourself for being willing to embark on this new journey that is challenging. Yeah, feeling tied down or frustrated. It's like not challenging yourself is actually what's creating the burden. Giving yourself this new challenge will free you in a way. It provides some sort of new spark of life to you. Ooh, past life. This situation involves your past life memories. Yeah, and we had the South Node, which has to do with past lives as well. So what is it about the past life? Now we're starting to get into the rabbit hole. This is the real rabbit hole. Change. For a change, do something you usually do a certain way in a different way. Okay, so for some of you, this could even be, or it could be both, you know, like, but maybe something that you actually already kind of know how to do. Try to do it differently than how you've done in the past. Yeah, it's like, I feel like you're this bird up here carrying the star in its beak, and everyone looks at you and thinks, you know, they admire you, you're shining so brightly, but it's like, maybe instead try to be this, I don't know what this is. It's supposed to be a crocodile or an anteater. It's like it's these kind of brown muted colors, and it blends in so people don't see it as much. It doesn't stand out as much. There's something sort of like subterranean about it. Almost like this dragon here eating its own tail. Also this same kind of brown color. It's like, yeah, do something. What did this say? For a change, do something you usually do a certain way in a different way. I feel like you have something that just wants to break out of you, some sort of new inspiration or new creative impulse that is going to be more fruitful if you connect more to kind of blending in and like not standing out in some way. Maybe you're someone who does stand out a lot, but this would be something maybe that requires you to be a little bit more like behind the scenes. Yeah, 4th house. It's like the opposite of the 10th house. The 10th house is your public life. This is something that you would be doing at home or just out of the public eye, but it would be challenging. You don't even have to tell the public about it, you know? It's like, don't put it on your social media. You don't have to be seen or applauded for this. It's going to just be personally rewarding to you. It doesn't have to be rewarded in some big public way. Yeah, I feel like this, whatever this is for you, it's going to help you to shed your old skin and give birth to like a new vitality. I also feel like maybe like it will raise your Kundalini energy. I feel like it's going to be connecting you more to your authentic self. And I think when we spend too much time up in the 10th house, which is like that public house of like needing to be seen, you know, caring about what the public thinks of us, what the world at large thinks of us. I mean, the 10th house is a great house. It's the house of achievements and ambition. But at the same time, like the 4th house is sort of like more like the seat of your soul. And it could be that through focusing so much on public acclaim and being seen and known for your achievements, it could be sort of pulling you away from actually the fullness of your soul and becoming fully self-actualized. And I think that through this process of trying something new or doing something in a different way that doesn't require so much visibility, but that does still require you to challenge yourself, I feel like it's going to help you know more who you are. You're going to have a greater understanding of who you actually are. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful in some way. I do believe that if this makes sense to you and you follow this advice, I do feel that it will give you some sort of tremendous clarity about really the depths of who you are. It will get you much more in touch with your soul, which is a wonderful experience. All right, so thanks so much again, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Hello to everyone who chose option number 2 with the don't panic. We are about to go down the rabbit hole and just see what Spirit has to say. First, pile 1 was pretty interesting, or option 1 rather. Now, I don't know if this is some sort of pop culture reference. If it is, I'm not familiar with it, but it's a very interesting image. It's like we have a silhouette of Saturn with a thumbs up in front of it, and then we have this cloth that's sort of pinned up with a clothespin. I do not know. That's a lot to unpack. We have lots of stars. 9, 10 stars if you count that as a star. 10 stars. So I'm not really sure. If something comes to my mind, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, we'll just dig in and see, like, what is it that Spirit wants to talk to you about? We have honeysuckle, and we have the wheel of fortune. Nice. The wheel of fortune actually is the 10th card in the deck, and we had 10 stars here. I feel that there is some sort of completion There's a cycle that is completing right now for you. Domestic happiness and devoted affection. I will wind thee in my arms. So doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle, gently entwist. So I definitely feel like this has something to do with fulfillment, probably in your romantic life. A fresh new start or the end of delay, sudden or unexpected progress, a very positive change in your life, travel or a new vehicle. I feel like there's some sort of cycle in your love life that is ending, but in a positive way that's giving you a new opportunity. It's a beneficial change. Change, even positive change, can be difficult, and maybe that's why you have this card that says don't panic. That it's sort of like your wishes are being fulfilled. We have little stars all over this card as well. So it's like there's lots of wish fulfillment. And then Saturn, of course, is sort of symbolic of hardship. That even beneficial changes can bring some sort of hardship. Maybe you're feeling cold feet. Could be like some sort of like cold feet sort of a feeling. I feel like this is something you've wanted for some time, though. Whatever's being fulfilled in your love life, you've been wanting this. It's what you've been asking for, which is why it is a wish fulfillment. But it's also sort of requiring you to grow up in some way and to kind of learn a more mature way of loving. We have lots of beautiful heart chakra, green, emerald green energy here. But there is a sort of a challenge. You have planted the seed for this romantic fulfillment. And it's like now I think you're about to enter in some sort of nesting phase. If you're in a relationship, the two of you are about to really be nesting together in some way. I feel a lot of like sort of fulfillment of, well, it does say domestic here. Domestic, yeah, it's like could be moving in with someone, or just some sort of like major development in your love life for sure. But it's sort of like growing up as well. Like moving in with someone for the first time, it is a big step, right? Or it could be like a proposal or something like that even. But it's like it's requiring the relationship to grow up, the connection to grow up. But it's also requiring you as a person to grow up. Some of you could even be considering having a child. So you're like, it's just like, wow, I don't even know. It is romantic. But yeah, something is making you grow up here. Anyway, whatever it happens to be, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone, but you're growing up and maturing in some way as it relates to your romantic life, but it's bringing you what you've always wanted. But at the same time, what you've always wanted could feel a little bit scary at the same time. There's some sort of excitement happening in your love life, but it's also bringing in some sort of drama as well. And I think with this emphasis on like the gambling imagery, it's sort of like, you're like, well, I hope this pays off. Like if we move in together or we get married or we have a child or whatever it is, like I really hope it works out. But like there's really no way to know exactly how things will unfold. And I think that could be maybe what's causing you to have a little bit of anxiety and want to panic a little bit. Yeah, even this like cloth image here with the clothespin, it's a very domestic sort of image, really. Just taking care of the everyday things. Like when you live with someone, you'll just be doing normal things together, like doing laundry, or if you have a baby, it's like you have to like change the baby's diaper and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it's like exciting, but it's also very mundane because you're growing up. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So I feel like your guides want you to look at this differently. There's, you could be feeling a bit anxious, but there's something here that you're not quite seeing. Facilitates spiritual commitments. Serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Yes, this is some sort of major commitment that you are making or about to make in your love life. And there's something very sacred about this. change that you're embarking on. Prosperity and compassion. It will definitely bring you a lot of happiness. Prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want. So I kind of get that in order to really enjoy this moment most fully, it's really important to really like dig into those everyday moments of doing the laundry together or doing the grocery shopping or, whatever it is, because I feel like this is sacred. All of this is sacred. Maybe you're, moving past the honeymoon phase, and there could be a part of you that's like, oh, I don't want to lose that, I don't want to lose that honeymoon phase. I don't think that it will be lost. And your guides want you to understand it's not lost. You're winning something greater, which is this sacred commitment to each other, this sacred connection. And if you're always in a mindset of wanting something more, wanting something different from what you have, that could be what actually causes a wrench in this relationship. So they're saying, focus on really enjoying this sweetness of it, like enjoy those moments of getting cozy on the couch. And it doesn't always have to be so exciting, and there doesn't always have to be so much flair. Lots of emphasis on like really seeing the higher perspective here. It could be, it's like sometimes falling in love means that the emotions are not so huge anymore because it's sort of settled, the emotions have settled. It's not so dramatic. And a lot of times the way that romantic love is depicted in movies and things, it's like so much drama and two people meet and there's this huge passion, and then they like immediately go into a room and like, start having sex against the wall or whatever. And it's like, okay, that's very passionate and dramatic. But I mean, for a lasting sacred relationship, which is what I feel that you're embarking upon here, it's not going to be like that. It's not that you'll lose touch with passion completely, but like there'll be a lot more like stillness and calmness. Even a lot of time when the two of you maybe are apart and kind of doing your own thing, but I think you'll always still be on each other's minds. It's just there has to be space. And, a healthy love doesn't need to always have that like over the top emotional drama. You don't always have to be sort of emotionally gasping for air. A healthy relationship will make you feel settled and at ease. You won't always have to be worrying about, do they love me or not? In this relationship, what I see is that you'll be in a place where you just know that this person loves you. But there could be a part of you that kind of misses the drama of the emotional ups and downs of what romance has been to you in the past. And so it could be a little bit harder for you to understand what you really have. And I feel in that way you could even be deceiving your own self from thinking, oh, this isn't, I guess this isn't real love because the emotional explosions have stopped exploding. But like for a stable relationship, it can't be like that all the time. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. I feel like you're being asked to see the light in what it is you're building with this person. It's calm. It's serene. The knowledge of like just kind of knowing that someone loves and cares about you, isn't that better than always being in this place of worry? And yet now it feels like you're here and you have that certainty and security. And you're like, yeah, but where are all the ups and downs? Where's the roller coaster that always kept me guessing? You will not lose touch with fun and enjoyment. We have the fifth house as well. Like that is not going to be lost here. You can have both. You can have the safety and security and the calmness and stillness, and you can still have the passion and the fun and the enjoyment. But it's just like it's growing up and understanding that relationships take work, and that both of you do have other responsibilities other than to each other. So it can't always be just about like, you know, always pouring your entire selfhood into each other. There's definitely a lot of very sweet love here. I feel that both of you are really thinking of each other all the time, even when you're apart, even when you are like working on other things and like fulfilling other responsibilities. There's no lack of like caring about each other or like, you know, being curious about, you know, I feel like the two of you will always be learning new things about each other. And that in and of itself means that the honeymoon phase will never end. There will always be something new to learn here. And I do feel that the two of you will go on travels together as well. You know, this feels like a deep, long-lasting commitment. So there's always some more fun and excitement to look forward to. But in the meantime, don't keep yourself from enjoying the sort of domestic bliss that you have that's more quiet and mundane. Allow the first thing that comes into your mind without self-censorship to bestow a vision upon you. So hopefully you did just that. I tried to give you space to, but like, what do you think that means for you? What do you think that means for you about this relationship? Whatever it is that just came into your mind, what did you envision? I mean, I think what it means is that the two of you can overcome anything, and that this is an incredibly strong bond. Keeps being a lot about forgiveness. I mean, the two of you may have moments where you argue, which is just a normal thing, but it's going to be, I think even when that happens, it will be disagreements that happen peacefully or with like a great deal of respect. You know, you may be two very different people in certain ways, but like you're learning to live together and coexist together in a very beautiful way. I just feel like so much serenity. Is there any final thought here? Final thought from the universe? We get the Two of Swords. I mean, it goes back to perspectives. How are you choosing to view this? You know, there's me and there's you. There's me and there's we. When you have a partnership with someone, both of those matter. Not just for you. It isn't just the me of the viewer here, but it's the me of your partner as well. You both are individuals. You both have your own unique identities and perspectives. You know, you're never going to see things exactly the same way. No two people can ever exactly see things. But you can still have peace with that. You know, the two of you will come together and diverge and come together and diverge within your relationship. There will be moments of togetherness. There will be moments of both of you kind of doing your own thing. But there will be a beautiful balance here where there's a lot of respect. And so can you find mental peace with that? Or would you rather stay in this panic because it reminds you of kind of the excitement of what you used to think love was? There's no lack of fun and excitement here, but it's just a new way of experiencing that is actually much more safe and has a lot of durability. All right, guys, so I really hope that was helpful. That was a lovely rabbit hole to go down. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome, Pile 3, to your reading. And before we even get started, so those of you who chose this strength card here, but before we even get started, I had this bowl of little messages written on these narwhal Post-its that I had used for a different pick a card reading, but one of them fell out as I was prepping for you guys, and it says, "A long lost object returns." And for some reason I was getting that it was purple. So there's something purple, and you may not even remember it. It may have been lost so long ago that you forgot that you owned this, or it's just something you don't even think about. But that's the first thing that I'm getting, is that there will be something long lost that will return to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and meander a little bit more fully down the rabbit hole. What do your guides want you to know about? We have the Sun from this astrology deck. Demonstrate, realize, act like a leader. Yeah, I feel like so they want to talk to you about I feel like something related to a leadership role, or a way in which you're meant to shine and be seen. Yeah, the Fool. Okay, so we have there's some sort of new journey that you are meant to embark upon. I feel like it is very connected to your life purpose, which has something to do with shining as an example to other people, shining in terms of leadership. This is something karmic. You have karmically, I don't know if it's a debt that you have to pay back karmically, or if it's just a karmic obligation that you've agreed to, but it's some sort of soul contract. And maybe you're reconnecting to this soul contract in a sense. Or it's your destiny. Yeah, you have a destiny that is meant to make you shine. You're meant to shine and be seen. And I feel like you're embarking now upon a new leg of this journey with the Fool card. Okay, so what do they need to know about this? This will require you to form some sort of relationship or partnership to someone else. So it's not something that you're going to do alone. And I feel that you and this person have some sort of soul contract. And it definitely is about inspiring other people. You have to make some sort of sacrifice in order to fulfill this destiny. What is the sacrifice here? I'm just drawing from this pile of random cards. So you have to sacrifice pleasure, ease. What is it you have to sacrifice? Okay, there is some level maybe of happiness that you have to sacrifice. What does that mean? I feel like this is a sort of like, with great power comes great responsibility. So it's not like you're never going to be happy if you fulfill this destiny, but it does require a lot of you. This will be something that other people will definitely find incredibly impressive. Leadership is coming up very strong here. It will take a lot of confidence as well. And I think that it'll definitely put you out of your comfort spot. I think that's what the loss of, pleasure is. It just means that it will, you'll have to move beyond your comfort zone in some way in order to sort of take some sort of central leadership role that will be seen as very impressive. Yeah, it's like you and some other person are going to be doing this together. I feel like you'll be embarking on some journey together. I think that together you will be helping each other a lot. Sometimes it's like maybe you'll trade places. Sometimes one of you gets to ride on the donkey, metaphorically, and the other one is walking. and you'll trade places. So it's like you help each other out. There's some sort of very balanced relationship. It is lucky that you are finding this person, because you'll make the journey easier. It's not going to be an easy journey, but it's a necessary journey for you to fill some sort of major life purpose, destiny that requires leadership. Yeah, and you even chose the Strength card, which is also like Leo sun energy. And I mean, Leo has like not all Leos are necessarily going to be leaders, but as a sign, it embodies that quality of leadership and being willing to shine and sort of stand out, to stand in front of a crowd. And that's hard for everyone, no matter how confident you are. You know, it's something that a person can learn to have ease with. And I think that you will have to do that. You'll have to learn how to be at ease with this leadership role and with the fact that people do look up to you and they're expecting a lot. Again, I'm getting that phrase, like, with great power comes great responsibility. You will be, I think, taking on some sort of very powerful position of leadership. And I think that it will require maybe more of you than even what you expect. And you'll have someone who helps you through this, and the two of you kind of ease that burden a little bit of each other. But you may be stuck because you're overly attached to a method or piece. It's like, I think you'll get very attached to this person, and I think you have to be mindful of the fact that although you and this person are working together on this and you are helping each other, there also are times when, wow, we have the lion coming out again. It's like you kind of have to shine separately from this person as well. Maybe that will feel uncomfortable to you to some degree, because I feel like you have so much, you do have this sense of loyalty towards this person for helping you, but that could be the thing that's difficult too. Like sometimes you're the one who has to ride up on the horse and be seen, and you love this person. You want to be fair and just and devoted and heart-centered towards this person. You don't want to be getting into a place of ego. But at the same time, you know that you kind of have to fulfill this, and this will require you at some times maybe sacrificing the ease of this partnership. It could be a romantic partnership or just some sort of like you've partnered together to engage in this life purpose together as business partners, or could be like some sort of political affiliation or something. Yeah, I think that the thing I'm getting here is that there will be times when you feel called to go in a new direction that is not the direction that this person wants to go in. And you're being called to celebrate that. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success. Enjoy your achievements. It's okay. You can still enjoy your achievements, even though you and this person may not always be moving in the same direction. You have to be true to your vision. And it's not just that it will sometimes be different from this person, but it'll just be different from people in general. Like you'll have unconventional ways of thinking about things. You know, I feel like, you and this person will definitely challenge each other at times. But I feel like at the same time, like you have some larger vision that is shared, and that's what brings you together. So there is stability and perseverance with you and this person. But at times you'll have to break ranks with them. You know, you won't always be saying exactly the same thing. And at times you may feel that this person is trying to steal your light in some way, and you have to deal with that. I don't think that this is a bad person. You just have to understand. It's like this, on the Strength card, we have this woman and this lion. It's like there's a lot of mutual respect here, and that's what brings about the strength of your partnership with this person, that sometimes you have to be like, listen, get off my back. Like, I have to go out here and roar, you know? And, yeah, I mean, I think that you and this person will be able to find the humor in it. You know, it's not like it's going to ruin this relationship because you're like, you know, I have to do things my own way. Both of you will have to do things your own way at times. I mean, I feel that at some points you may even just really have to go literally in different directions and like be apart from each other. Maybe you need to take some space from each other and just I need time apart from you. I don't know. What else? What is really the heart of what is wanting to be said here? There's definitely a lot to learn from this life path. And you and this person are very different, but you do communicate with each other. This sword itself is serving as the bridge here. I don't know if you can tell that. But you'll learn so much from each other. The two of you will really make light bulbs go off over each other's heads. You will be such an inspiration to each other, but you obviously won't always see things exactly the same way. But that's part of the beauty of this. That's part of the beauty of this connection. Yeah, that you open each other's minds through being of a different mind. You raise each other's awareness in that way. If you both thought exactly the same thing about everything, you wouldn't help each other to grow in quite the same way that you are. So you help each other in a lot of different ways. But it definitely seems like it is from a challenging partnership. This person is going to change your life. You're going to change theirs. You know, neither of you will ever be the same again after this. But I feel like this is someone that you can be totally honest with. You know, both of you have to be willing to assert your own willpower. You have to be able to do it your own way and find the pride in that. I think that both of you would kind of lose self-respect if you didn't do it your own way, if you didn't assert your own unique beliefs. Yeah, so it's like you can have different, even like completely opposite viewpoints and still find balance and harmony together. Snowflake. This is a very perfect, precise balance that the two of you are striking. It's an exquisite relationship. You know, this is definitely a soul contract. This was divinely designed. Your souls together developed this plan to come together in this way, but it is something that has to be handled carefully. You know, it is like that beautiful snowflake, but it could easily melt if you don't kind of understand. I think both of you are a little bit fragile, and so just understanding, having that mutual respect is going to be incredibly important here. Yeah, because I think both of you could be like forceful personalities. Neither of you wants to feel held back from completely openly and honestly expressing yourselves. At the same time, because you care about each other, neither of you wants to hurt the other's feelings by doing that if your point of view is different from theirs. But you have to be able to find that balance, speaking your truth, even if it's in opposition to theirs, but, doing it in a way that still allows for harmony. Yeah, and I feel like there is a lot of loyalty here. Okay, any final thoughts? Any final thought? Queen. I think both of you want to be regal. That's the power. We have here the lion. Lion is symbolic of the king of the jungle. But then we have this woman sitting on his back. Like she's like, nope, you are my throne. So there is like a bit of a battle of wills here, but at the same time, there's a lot of benevolence. It's like both of you can have authority. Both of you can be royalty here, so to speak. You can each have your own throne with respect to each other. You don't have to fight for dominance. You can both be dominant and still in harmony. So hopefully that makes sense. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was enjoyable to you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome everybody who chose option number 4, which was represented by the Protector. This is also the number 13 here in Roman numerals. And this is nice. I'm getting like Lyran starseed energy. Some of you might connect to that, but we'll see what else we get here. So we're going to meander down the rabbit hole. So let's see first of all. Okay, we have defend. So defend and protect. Something here about protecting something or someone you care about. Maybe even yourself. You're feeling like you need to be very protective of your beliefs. Okay. You have to defend your beliefs. I feel like this is something that's very deeply important to you. You feel perhaps you want to talk more about your beliefs. Let me try to focus this better. That maybe you just feel that other people won't appreciate it, or you just have this feeling of, well, if I share exactly how I believe about certain things, then it's just bringing up some anxiety, I feel. Anxiety that you will have to defend yourself. And then we have sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. At the same time, you feel that maybe expressing your beliefs more could actually bring you a lot of happiness, and so you want to do it. So you have this sort of conundrum here, like, okay, I want to start expressing my beliefs, my values more openly. However, I'm worried what people think. I'm worried what people will say. But at the same time, I sense that this is a new journey that I need to go on and that it will bring happiness. It's almost like it is a life or death issue. You feel that this definitely has it really is very profound. Why do you feel it's a life or death issue to share your beliefs? You feel that in order to be of service to others, it's just what you must do. Again, it's not just defending your own belief system, but like you're feeling that you need to protect other people. And in order to protect other people, you're going to have to say certain things that not everyone is going to like. Wow, Crow. New event or happening, observant. You've observed something. There's something that you see, and I feel it's like you can sort of see. You see something that maybe other people can't see. It could be even something that's sort of coming to you in an intuitive way. I'm keep wanting for this group to pull astrological cards as well, more so than the other piles. And so I don't know if you know anything about astrology. I feel like you're probably having some sort of very important transit right now or progression. So if you know anything about transits and progressions, you can look those up, or maybe even invest in an astrology reading to kind of see if that helps you to understand what you're going through right now. But yeah, this is a very imminent moment in your life. The 22 also is comes down to the 4 if you add it together, although 22 is also a master number, but it's still connected to the 4 energy. I think that you guys do feel some sort of very ominous calling that you have to speak up or do something to sort of serve and protect other people. But it just feels like it's going to require a lot of you or something. Yeah, Pisces. Yeah, you do have some sort of psychic knowledge, and you feel that you need to share this psychic knowledge or insight. There's this hunch. There's this, somehow you just know something. Maybe you don't even know how you know it, but you're like, I just know, or I see the signs. I've put it all together. I can kind of see that something is happening, that there's something that's happening or that will happen, and you feel that it is sort of your job or your duty to protect people by letting them know. Yeah, definitely very intuitive. You're in touch with your intuitions, or you're just able to feel something out. Again, even the sign Cancer has that strong protective energy of wanting to protect your loved ones. Tell us more. Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever this is, it's because of love. You feel such a strong love for someone or some group of people, and you feel that in order to be of service and do right by this person or group of people, you have to tell them something. You have to tell them something that you have come into a knowledge of. It could be intuitively, it could be just that you did some sort of detective work, or you saw something or heard something, and you're like, well, this person may not know, but I feel like, you're like, I feel like I need to tell them. Yeah, it's like, whatever it is, though, it doesn't feel happy. Like, you definitely don't feel happy. You know that in order to tell this, in order to speak this truth, it will require a lot of you, and it won't be easy, but it's like there's no way for you to avoid it, I think, at this point. I think one of the things that your guides want you to understand is that once you finally do speak this truth, this will actually be incredibly healing to you. As hard as it is, it's going to take you to a much better place, even than you can recognize now. And you will be very glad that you did make the right decision to say this, to speak this truth, to make this known, whatever it is. You'll be glad that you did once you have, and you'll feel very safe and protected afterwards. Yeah, so I feel like, allow yourself to continue to be guided. You're being pulled in this direction for a reason. So continue to follow that guidance. Your guides will continue to sort of give you the steps forward so that you know what you're meant to do next. Definitely, I do feel like you guys are starseeds. I'm getting like starseed energy here. So this does tie in very much to your soul's mission, not just your life mission right now in this particular incarnation, but like, all of what your soul feels obligated to do and accomplish on behalf of the whole, on behalf of the collective. You are much more brave than you even recognize. I think you probably do recognize that you're a brave person. Like, you do know that. But what you're being challenged with right now is above and beyond, far above and beyond what the average person would be capable of handling. And this will, even if this is a personal matter, it will affect the world in some way. It's like it ties into like the greater clockwork of humanity, or even like not just humanity, but like of the cosmos. It ties into like the greater meaning of all things. There's something even above and beyond. You might have a feeling of that, again, because you are very psychically connected, and I think it does, all of this feels very ominous to you somehow, but it's like it's part of a greater clockwork, a greater cosmic clockwork, even than you realize. Whatever it is that you are being asked to reveal, or whatever truth you're being called to tell, it's having a much greater impact than you realize. And it is bringing a lot of comfort and a sense of safety and security. Wow, far more than what you realize. You're bringing so much peace. You're bringing so much peace and comfort. Yeah, I think that you think that you know how much impact this is having or going to have, or even once you've carried this through. Some of you may have already told this truth, and this is just letting you know a little bit more about the impact of that, but you kind of feel like you know, but like you really don't know the full story of it. Perfectionism. Be content to know perfection as a distant utopian goal to which we journey but never arrive. You will never know. You will never know the full story of the impact that you're having in doing this. Far-reaching, like, I don't know, like maybe this will make sense to you, maybe it won't, but like it seems like it will have far-reaching ramifications even into the future, because this will be touching people's lives in such a big way. The effects will be very tremendous. Last card, Shield. You need to defend yourself. Yeah, I mean, going back to the Protector, like, so whatever you're doing, maybe you've already spoken the truth, maybe it's something that you're going to be speaking, but definitely you do. I think that you are protected, and your guides want you to know that you're protected, but you also need to, make sure that you're going about this in a way that you are covered and protected. And I feel that your guides are telling you that you are safe. They're protecting you as well, but also just take the necessary safeguards. I think because it seems like there's something psychic about this in nature, you might want to be using forms of psychic protection as well, whatever happens to work for you. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the message. That was definitely a rabbit hole. That might be like the rabbitiest hole of all of the rabbit holes. I'm actually recording your all's third, and I'm doing pile 3 last. I don't know why, but I felt called to do that. And who knows, their rabbit hole may be even more interesting than yours, but this was quite the rabbit hole. And I really hope that it did help you in some way. If this was resonating for you, then this probably was a much needed message of sort of confirmation and support from your guides. So I hope that it did serve as such. And in any case, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.